Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on my video here. I'm glad to have you guys join me today. My name is Tao from Amazonian Angelfish, and today I have a very special treat for you guys. This is part 3 to my 3-part series of my fish room expansion. This video here specifically, we're going to be going over my fish room tour. Specifically, I keep angelfishes, so if you guys are angelfish nerd like I am, you guys will really like this video. And I don't claim to be an angelfish expert, but I have been keeping angelfish for probably 4 or 5 years now. And I know a little bit about them. I know a little bit about breeding them, and I'm always interested in other people's angelfish. So if you guys are like me, you guys want to see what's going on in my life, go ahead and grab some snacks, sit back and relax. Without further ado, let's get into it. So this is my full fish room here, and this is like an overview of what's going on. And if you guys haven't checked out my other 2 videos yet, go ahead and check it out. In the other 2 videos I set this rack up, and I also set this double rack up over here. So yeah, coming into the fish room here, we are greeted with these 3 very lovely goldfishes. And these are not mine, by the way. These are my brother-in-law's. And what makes these special for him is that they have the dragon scales here, and it's really nice and shiny right there. And we got one of the Ryukins right there. So yeah, these guys are really high quality goldfishes, really good quality. I'm not a goldfish expert, but I can totally tell that this is something that's not normal. You don't normally see these guys go into a fish store or anything like that. But yeah, this is a 29-gallon. And on this wall over here, I have 2 29s here, and over here I have a rack. I have 3 racks of 40 breeders, and over here, this is newly set up. There's no fishes in here yet, but soon there will be fishes in here. These are 75 gallons, just the standard 75 gallons. I got these from Petco, and thank you guys so much for the support. You guys supporting me allowed me to expand my room by getting these 2. All of my sales was able to get me these 2 tanks, and my fish alone was able to get me this tank and the rack. So thank you guys for the support. I truly appreciate it. It's my fish room supporting itself and growing itself. You guys supporting me, my wife supporting me, everyone, my brother-in-law helping me carrying it in here. Shout out to him. And up here is a 125-gallon tank. In here is a 100-gallon tank. That's a little quarantine tank. If you guys want to know what's going on in here, go ahead and check out my first video and my second video. I think I put him in here during my second video. But yeah, there's a little backstory to him if you guys want to check it out. This stand right here, I built it and painted it myself. And going over here, this is a rack of 2 55 stacked on top of each other. And this is back to this is the 40 breeder up here, and this is the 65. And this is a super OG tank. It's made by All Glass Aquarium. You don't see that anywhere anymore. It's like a bubble sticker. But yeah, I'm gonna go around the room here, show you guys fish tank by fish tank to see what I have in stock here. So we're gonna first start off over here. We're just gonna go up and down, kind of like zigzag all the way through. Alright, so this is a pair that you guys just saw spawning, and they are all done spawning with the eggs right there. Mom was at watch. Oh, look at her fins, bro. Her fins are so nice. The baby's fin's gonna look super awesome. That's the daddy fish. His fins is also very nice. He is recessive for blue, so some of his babies, probably 40 or, if I'm unlucky, 30% of the babies will have blue. So that's what I'm going for. Having his fins along with her fins. They are siblings. These 2 are siblings, so they do have the very similar genetics. A little bit different. He has a red eye. I want the babies to have his red eyes. Down here is my Planet tank. This is the Planet 29-gallon, and it's just been sitting here looking very nice. So far no pests yet, and surprisingly these things has been moving, and I think a little bit of it broke off and it replanted itself right here. So it's kind of cool. The planet that needed to die, they all died off. That little stump right there died. It was a crypt. Apparently the environment is not good for them, but I chopped this guy off from that guy over there and replanted it because it was getting too tall, and this is part of its body over here. Alright, we're gonna go up. These are the babies of this mama right here. These are her babies, and I split them into two groups. Sorry about the very dirty tank. Just did a water change on most of these, so here's the water line. But yeah, they have very nice finnage, just like their mama and their dad. The dad is over there. I'll show you guys how the dad looks like. But look at that. That guy's gonna be awesome when he gets big. And they are recessive for blue. And hopefully this is my own bloodline of creating my own Pinoys from scratch, as I call it. Putting a black and a blue together and putting the babies together. The storyline, the story of their bloodline goes farther than that, but that's just the gist of it. This tank is kind of like the other tank where it's it has that marking because I did the water change. And these are the same brothers and sisters. I just divided the two so that it allows them for room to grow. These are the glitters. That guy's my keeper. That guy has a little stumpy body. He's a really weird looking freak. Again, his body's so short. Definitely not your typical angelfish, but definitely not a breeder fish as well. Alright, one more thing. There is a what is that? A smoky that I bred myself too, and it has some Peruvian bloodline in him as well. Alright, we're gonna go on top. Over here we have some very nice, I call these the blue dragon mutts. They have very nice blue coloration to them, as you can see. There you go, it's focusing. They look very nice. Much nicer than any other guppies I've ever seen. I got some red variants too. Well, that's more the red grass that you're seeing. This is the bluegrass. There we go. And in here are the brothers and sisters again to these guys over here, but just different batch, different spawnings, but they're pretty much brothers and sisters as well, just different batch, same mom and same dad. We're gonna go ahead and go down here. Down here are my Pinoys. No, sorry, no. These are my Bulgarians. This is a Bulgarian lilac point where they have two of the blue genes, and it becomes very platinum looking like that guy. He's the only one of this batch. There may be more in the next batch. Alright guys, look. So I know that I said I have around 12 Bulgarians. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a little update. 1 week later, these guys got a little bit bigger, and I think I made my final selection for this batch, you know, and I come down to having only 3 Bulgarians. And like I said, I'm very picky about my Bulgarians. This is a project for the best selection for the best Bulgarians. But yeah, the whole batch for me is like coals, and to work with that is very frustrating. And I chose these 3 specifically because the ventrals is nice and straight as it possibly can be improved. Unfortunately, I did not have any veils in these are all standard fins, and the anal fin right there is not curved back like most of the Bulgarians. The dorsal fin is pretty good. It's not the best, but for now it'll do. I'm just waiting for the next generation. Nice and straight, I like that. It's like a very horizontal, no, very vertical, almost vertically straight. But you know, that's pretty good. That's one of the traits that I like about the Bulgarians, that's nice and straight and upright. And it also has wide fins as well, like that guy over there. It has very nice wide fins. So that's something that I'm looking forward to in the next generation. This is Project Better Bulgarian. I'm hoping that I produce one of the best Bulgarians out there. I'm not claiming to be the best, but I want to produce the best ones out there. If this isn't dedication, I don't know what it is, you know. If this isn't dedication to the hobby of the whole batch just to be culls and selecting 3 of the angelfishes from the batch. I am trying my very best right now to make the very best Bulgarians out there. And you know, in the future, I hope you guys support me in my project. I hope you guys support me in everything that I do. I know you guys do from the very beginning, and I truly appreciate that. Like I said earlier, I'm planning on doing 4 batches, and if I'm only yielding 3 from each batches. Success rate is pretty low, but once these guys do breed, I think the success rate will be a much better than this. Alright, we're gonna go up here. These are the brothers and sisters to the babies that I just showed you for the Bulgarians. They're just chilling here. There's a couple there, and there's a whole bunch over there. There we go. All different sizes. And down here, this is, look at that guy. That guy is from Artistic Angels. I got that with the kois. This guy right here is the guy that I bred myself. What is this combination? This is a zebra, a blue zebra. I think it's also a gold marble as well, because I see something on the bottom of his chin there that indicates gold marbling, along with that blue on the side there on the side. That's a blue, a very majestic looking blue. It's the biggest bad boy in there. There's another one. And the biggest bad boy in here is this one over here. This is a wild caught Rio Nene. Quite small, so compared to the other Rio Nenes I have. So that's why I put him in here with the other ones, so that they can pair up with these guys if they decide to breed, but they're quite young. Alright, we're gonna go on top of here. This is my Rio Nenes, and I do not remember who I bought it from. There's multiple sources of Rio Nenes I got. Over there is my Bulgarian guy. Oh, he has Bulgarian gene. He's the father of all my Bulgarian bloodline. He has very nice white fins. Overall, pretty nice guy. Pretty good looking fish. Very nice vibrant colors. And yeah, I like his red eyes. It looks so good. Alright, this one is my second best looking blue veil. Excuse me guys, I'm like burping over here. And this is an unproven female. She is a very timid, and she hides all the time, but her tube is dropping and she's very bloated with eggs. Not proven yet. I think I might stick her in the new 40-gallon over there. Let's see what else is in here. That guy over there is a Santa Isabel by JC Angelfish. This guy right here is a very nice fish. It is bred by Tristan. I forget what his business name, but he bred this himself. These are F2s. These are Rio Nenes. Along with that guy right there that's trying to swim away. They're brothers. And this is a wild caught Santa Isabel. He used to be the big boss here until everyone came in and took over his space. Next to him is a Rio Nene. He has the honeycomb coloration on the very bottom of his anal fin, as you can see there. I got this guy from Vang Aquatic Life. He imported them here, so this guy would definitely be used as one of my breeders. If not, then these guys are also really good looking too. These guys are from, they also had the very distinct honeycomb that I'm looking for, but it's not as prominent as on the other one. These guys, I think I got them from Tamed Waters. I could be wrong, but they look very similar to this one over here. So yeah, hopefully in the future I get to crossbreed these guys into my domestics. If not, if they breed together, that'll be perfect. That'll be even better because they'll be purebred instead of hybrid. That guy just wants to show off. Like, hey, I'm here again. Over here is the female, that has the Peruvian. I keep saying Peruvian. That has the Bulgarian gene. Her and him right there are brother and sisters, and they're both recessive for Bulgarian. But yeah, look at those fins. Those fins are very nice. She doesn't want to show off today. Yesterday she wasn't willing to show us herself, but here she is in all her glory, guys. She has really nice, straight, long, wide fins. She's a Pinoy. Alright guys, this is the other father to all the babies over there. Got some really nice wide fins. Look at that. That looks really nice. And this tank right here is covered by that tank, so you know, all the fish obviously are hiding over there, so I don't think you can get a good look at them. But I'll try my best. That is just a random unproven female I got from the fish store that was imported. It looked very nice, so I decided to get it. But so far, it's unproven. This is a supposedly, oh, if I can find him, here he is. That guy is a German blue blushing that I got on Aquabid. Not that guy, that guy. I can't get to it because the tank is in my way. There you go, the 10-gallon tank is in my way, y'all. Over there are some more Rio Nenes. Okay, I can't get to it because I'm behind this tank and I can't turn. Alright, over here is, this is my guy that got beat up by his wife and has the eye injury. I placed him in here in the 10-gallon with the Indian almond leaf, and I treated him with this thing right here for bacterial disease. Alright, we're gonna go up now. And here is his female that beat him up. There are a whole bunch of wigglers down there. She's been picking it up and throwing it back on the slate up there, but I guess she got tired. Once they start swimming for after 2 days or so, I'm gonna go ahead and remove her just so that I don't want any of her babies to be eaten. And down here are my very nice veils. I breed them for the finnage and not for the colors. So these are the brothers and sisters to the glitter veils. So in the future these will have glitters. It just depends on who will have the glitter. This guy is my stud right here. Look at that finnage. It's so nice and long and perfect. He doesn't want to turn, obviously. This guy right here looks really nice too. Oh. Look at that blue guy, the only blue. I swear, like, I don't get lucky with the blue coloration at all. It's like, oh, and somehow I ended up with 2 of the gold marbles. So for sure they have gold genes, because this is not gold marble. This is a marble and, no, a gold marble and double dose gold. For sure, at least single dose gold marble. But for sure, double dose gold. Because I had some platinum babies as well. Well, I just want that guy to turn. Turn already to the side. Maybe if I pretend I'm feeding. Oh, my arm's in the way now. There we go. Look at that finish, y'all. That looks nice. Alright, anyways. This is the new 40 breeder right here, and I did throw 2 heaters in there. It's more of the smaller heaters, and I threw a breeding slate in here. I decided that I want to continue breeding these 2 right here, and I didn't want them to be in the big 125 gallon tank over there, so they got pretty roughed up over there with their fins messed up right here because the fishes in there are just too aggressive, and these 2 more of like a mellow pair. And the female's abdomen is very swollen, so she might breed sometimes this upcoming week. But we'll see if she decides to absorb her eggs. If not, then it's perfect for her to be in here with him. Last night I just put these 2 in here, so we'll see how they do in here. Seems like they're taking it pretty well. The male's not beating up on the female because, you know, they're smart fish and they know who's who, you know. She lays 600 eggs. Majority of the baby survives, and it's just me being very, very picky, very selective. You know, I can't just breed fish aimlessly and without any purpose. You know, I don't want to do that. That's why the Bulgarians, most of them are, to me, in my eyes, are not good. You know, it's a new discovery for the angelfish genetics and angelfish genes, but if people don't, breeders don't focus too much on it, and they're just focusing on, okay, every batch I'm gonna make some money because they're the new gene, then in my opinion the genetics of these Bulgarians will never improve. So the females up there, her fins looks really, really nice to me. The males needs a lot of improvements. What I'm looking for is the ventral fins to be nice and straight like hers. Notice how her ventral fins are like very straight down, or natural curvature compared to the guys. You can see at the very tip there, at the very beginning, most Bulgarians, they curve backwards like that, and I don't really like that. I think the part that makes it bad is just that particular spot where it just curves. Also the dorsal right there, I want it to be nice and straight. So the dorsal can definitely be fixed. The female's dorsal is pretty good, mainly because, you know, she has longer fins and it shows up more prominent on the longer fins, but the female compared to the male has better finages if it wasn't being ripped up. She got a big scar right there on her side. I don't know how she got that scar, but I don't like it. She didn't have that when she was over there in the 55, so I think I'm gonna dedicate this tank solely just to house them in here, just because they are my backup pair for now, until the baby angelfishes, until their babies grows up. I mean, for her, she's not my backup. It's gonna be really hard to get one like looking like her, just because I'm mixing his bad blood with her good blood. Although I do like his eyes, his red eyes is so nice. So hopefully his red eyes shows through and comes through the babies. And yeah, let's continue breeding these in the future. And sorry right now with the babies, you know, I can't save any of the other ones, but you know, I don't want to distribute any of the bad babies, you know. I just want to distribute good looking angelfishes, and that's one of my goals. You know, not all fish in my eyes have like a dollar sign on them. So that's my motto here. The 75 gallons here, they seem to be cooling down a little bit. I mean, warming up a little bit. Hopefully in the next month or so, I'll be able to put some of these guys over here and there. I think there's around, I'm not sure how many there is in here. There's around 24-ish in here. Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely cut these guys down to in half their size. I'm gonna put probably 12 up here, and then, you know, get rid of the rest. And the kois are rehomed down here, and they're very skittish. Very nice coloration, typical of the gold coloring on the body and the orange marble top. Or orange top, not marble. That guy's like, oh dude, I've never seen this light before, so I'm hiding. Pretty skittish fish. Definitely not comfortable with the environment yet, just because they just came from upstairs. I came to feed these guys before going to work, and to my surprise, she's bred again, but this time a much bigger batch, much thicker, more luscious batch. So I think I'm gonna keep this batch right here. The male has done a very good job at fertilizing it first time with very little fungus rate, so I'm gonna go ahead and crate these guys. Alright guys, so I went ahead and crated it, and I also added an air stone right at the base of the slate. I didn't want it to go over the eggs or anything, because I just feel like that's too much turbulent. So for now, to me it works. To me this works. As long as there's some airflow going on in there, it works. I usually leave it like this for 24 hours, and then after that I take it out of this tank here. Alright guys, 24 hours later, and there's a little bit of fungusing going on in here. That means that this batch is very ripe for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the spawn here. So let me try and do this one hand. Uh-oh, I'm struggling. There we go, set that over there, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the spawn here. Look at those eggs. You can pause and count the eggs here if you guys want. So I'm gonna carry it over here. I have a tank here that's ready, and this is a 5-gallon that's filled with the methylene blue. I'm gonna set it like this. There we go. So it's sitting like that, right on top. I don't want the eggs to be on the bottom there, because if something happens and the egg falls to the bottom, it's gonna get squished. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the little air stone in there. Alright, I went ahead and placed the air stone in there, and there's a good distance between the eggs and the air stone. And if you look at the top view, the air stone is pretty much at the center, or not even close to the eggs. But there's definitely more than enough movement, more than enough water currents going on here. It doesn't have to be directly, you know, going towards the eggs or anything like that. So just keep it, I just keep it like this for a while, and then once they start, oh shoot, once they start hatching, they gotta fix that. See, that's why I didn't want the eggs to be on the bottom there. Once they start hatching, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the slate here out. Alright, so a couple of days passed, and all the eggs have hatched, and there's a whole bunch of them in here, and a whole bunch on the ground too. That's why I didn't want to put the eggs on the ground here, because a lot of them might fall into the ground. If they fall, then they fall like in between, like in the middle of the slates here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. This is considered a 100% water change for me. And over here in the another side of the 55, I have a 5-gallon tank. It's just hanging in here. I pretty much just threw the tank in here with the water in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the slate here. Just like that. The babies are still wiggling there, and just pretty much put them all in here. Hopefully I'm not squishing any of them. Maybe one is being squished down there. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna go ahead and use a pipette to collect the rest of these here. Just gonna take this out and go ahead and use my pipette to collect all these and throw them in this tank over here. The reason why I do this is that the methylene blue will kill the babies if left too long into the methylene blue. So these are all the babies in here. Quite a lot. Looks like probably 25% of the eggs fungused. 25-30. That's alright. Still got a good amount. Alright, I got my pipettes here, and pretty much just gonna be sucking out all the babies here. And this won't harm the babies or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer them on over to this tank here. And what I do next is I'm afraid that the fungus egg might spread onto the babies. So what I do next is, using my pipette, I just go ahead and gently brush off the babies so that they get off the slate. And if there's any fungus eggs that are on the slate, then I go ahead and just remove the slate afterwards. But if any fungus eggs do come off of the slate, then I go ahead and collect those eggs, just because I don't want any of the fungus to spread. I want to keep this tank here as sterile as I possibly can without any fungus. And 100% of the time you can't get all of the eggs here to be attached to the slate, so it's just as much as you can. And if a little bit of the piece falls off, then I just go back and collect those pieces that has fallen off. And this does not hurt any of the babies. It's the same thing as their parents pick them off and reattaching them to the slate, but this time they'll just be more of settling on the ground. And you can't put an air stone in here. It just depends on you. I don't think it's necessary. I've done it with air stone and without air stone, and it's pretty much giving me the same yield. There'll be some eggs that aren't hatched, and normally those eggs will be fungused within a couple days. They just don't ever hatch. I just gotta make sure I have majority of the babies. If I can, I'll get all the babies. Some of the eggs will still be attached, but that's okay. Those eggs will never be hatchable, so that's alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these off of the slate here. Looks like there's no more over here. Alright, and I go ahead and pull the slate, and I'm gonna go ahead and collect all the little like dead eggs in here, the fungus eggs. The camera can't really catch it well, but alright, and this is how the slate looked like. All the dead eggs are here, and there's a lot of the dead eggs down there, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect the eggs in here. And this is my process of removing the dead eggs. I just go ahead and get the fungus eggs. Some of these babies will be attached, so you do have to give them a little whip around here so that they are not attached to the dead eggs. And it's okay, you're not hurting them, I'm not hurting them or whatever. It's just to separate them from the piece that they're attached to here. So I know the focus isn't really that great, but you know, this is usually what I do, and it doesn't hurt the eggs or the babies, or it doesn't hurt the babies. 5 minutes later, and I'm able to get rid of all the eggs that were in here, so that's good. It didn't take me too long in the process. In the past, I had a process that would take me like an hour and a half or so, but now just moving the slate like that, doing the 100% water change, that's much faster and easier for me. And I hope you guys do take this tip if you guys do plan on keeping some of the baby angels. To me, this way works the best, and you know, as you can see, the results are pretty good. Majority of these will be survivors, probably like a 90% chance. There will be death, and that's inevitable, but you know, it gives you the most. Go ahead and raise up as much babies as you can, and from those babies you can select the best looking ones to move forward to the next generation. And also you can also provide the people around you with good quality angelfishes as well. And thank you for you guys for hanging out with me all the way to the very end here. I truly appreciate it. I hope some of my tips here gives you guys, you know, better success in your fish room than what you guys are already having. Or if you know you guys are already having a good success, go ahead and try my method here and see if it works out for you. Sometimes, you know, it's always good to have a little change in the fish room. Always good to experiment in the fish room to see if anything would work out better. You know, you can't improve if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's what I always tell myself. So if you guys have any more tips or suggestions for me, go ahead and comment down below. Alright guys, looks like my video here is coming to an end, and thank you so much for staying here, chilling out with me, spending your time with me. I truly appreciate it. And if you guys like contents like this, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, Amazonian Angelfish. And if you guys do like my angelfish, go ahead and check out my Facebook page, just to see what's going on in there. Amazonian Angelfish is my Facebook page. And once again, my name is Contao. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.